If this year felt heavier than you expected, you were not imagining. In different aspects, it felt like one roller coaster to another. I know you guys can relate to what I'm saying. In short, this year didn't just test the market, it tested people. It was really a year where excuses were no longer working. So if you had excuses, did it work? Nah, I'm sure. I'll be talking about what happened from my own perspective from January to December. No filters, guys. So for those of you that do not know me, my name is Bibi Ofiri. I'm a multifamily investor and I teach people how to become financially free. I'll be starting on a personal note. I started this year with a lot of excitement. I started this year with paid educational event. So I had an educational event. I wanted about 20 people for that event, but as I was doing the preparation, I was like, okay, I just wanted just few people, 15 people in that event, not because of the money. I just wanted to do a paid event for people to take it seriously, because sometimes freebies doesn't just make people understand that this thing is blood, sweat and water. For me, it's a big deal. I give it all out. To do these videos, there's this feel that I was looking for in mind. So I went all out. I called my team. I wanted it to look real. I wanted it to look like we had an in-person kind of event. And we had people. People came for the event, although it was stressful. And because of that, I said I wasn't going to do the next, because I wanted to do 3 this year, but I said I wasn't going to do that. And that was because it was very challenging for me to get the kind of audience I wanted, more people to come. But really, it was a nice experience, but I don't think I want to do that anytime soon. So that's how I started the year. While I was doing it, I got a response to one of the deals I was chasing. After I did that event, simultaneously, I got a deal that I was working on. I won't lie to you, that deal kind of stretched me right from the beginning to the end. It was a different type of experience for me, and maybe because I kind of expect that people should automatically do the right thing as humans. Apparently, this was not the case in this situation. So on the road to do in 2024, but a day to the paid event that I did, I got a call that the deal was going to fall out of contract because people that got under contract could not raise about $1 million plus. First of all, the question was if I was going to partner with them and get it to the finish line. I said, first of all, I do not partner with people I do not know, because that is a major factor. And the reason why I wholeheartedly say that partnership is very key in syndication, because even if a deal is good with the wrong partner, that deal can become very terrible. I made that mistake before for a good deal, wrong partners, and I said that never again will I do that. So I just told him, I said, no, first of all, I don't know their goals, I don't know if we are lying and all that. So based on it, I won't do that. So they gave those people some days to do their thing, to figure things out, and a few days later, they said they might not be able to raise the money. Besides, remember, money has been very difficult to raise lately, and most investors are not as buoyant as before. So things are not the way it was in 2020, 2021. After my event, I started up the contract and we signed the deal. We did the PSA. While we're doing it, I noticed discrepancies and all that. I brought it up. They kind of cleared it, but not totally. I went back again. They kind of cleared it and all that. So we were okay. The last thing we did was the lease audit. And when we did the lease audit, because this is very important for anyone that is buying a property, you need to know the tenants, if they even have the money to pay you, if they have done their background check, what is in there and all that. So we did the lease audit. We noticed that some of them, should I call them grandfathered into the building? They've been there since many years ago. They are old and all that. So when the current owner bought the property, the person he bought it from did not transfer enough information about them, but since they've been there for too long, he just left them. So we saw that and we're like, okay, fine, no problem. And we were able to verify their income and all that. So we noticed there were not too many, so we just left them in one side. Another thing that we noticed again was that few of them were consistently delinquent, and we noticed that most of them don't pay in a month. They like to pay, let's say June's rent in July, and that kind of raised our eyebrow, and we were asking why. They said because they have these art. So if you close a deal with the Fannie Mae, that is agency debt, there's a criteria for eviction. You don't just evict people, you need to give them like 30 days before you start the eviction process. So most tenants know the law than you do, so they know, because they knew that the seller could not do that, so they kind of grew the culture of not, right? So they were not making payments. So we noticed that and we asked the question, and it was verified that that was the issue. So we took note of that, and we took note of those few people that were not paying. But guess what? We had finished the due diligence. Everything was set to be closed. Few days to closing. Apparently, I think he lost some tenants, and immediately he got 18 people to just fill up. So when I got the news of it, because if I'm under contract with you, I keep demanding for your rent through and all that. I keep demanding for stuff, so I know if things have changed significantly and all that. So I demanded for stuff, and I noticed that these people just came in just within like 7 days. It's not possible, you know. You've been doing this for years and you've not seen this type of inflow. So then and then I knew they were just rubbish, that this was going to be an issue. So immediately called and said, since it's few days, I want to do my final work. True, although it was already scheduled, but I had to move it backwards. As in, I moved it backwards so that I'll have more time. So in that, I noticed that 17 people, I went there with my property manager. So we had to re-strategize. The good news is that we've been able to take out those bad tenants, and we are gradually filling them with ours. We just closed not too long. It's not yet stable, but we are almost there. And the thing is that our income has been improving. Whilst I'm upset that we had to go through that, but I'm also thankful that that did not break the deal, because we followed the fundamentals and all that. So that was one experience that we had. I've never been stressed like that with any seller. It was a terrible one. In 2024, I started this Ask the Multifamily Expert event, and the reason why I started that event was because the previous year I was finding it difficult to get some people to come on my podcast for me to ask them questions. Initially, I felt, okay, maybe their reasons for not coming up was legit and all that, but coincidentally, I get to see them on other people's podcasts and all that. So I'm like, this doesn't smell right and all that. And it was not once, it was not twice, it was not 3 times. I just concluded that it was an intentional. Some people, they're available, but they don't like to identify with you. They will not like to be in the same room with you. They don't want people to see you and them together. It's not a coincidence, you know? So that was one reason why in 2025 I decided to change strategy. The second reason why I decided to do that was that some of the guests I was inviting, I felt that they knew, because some of these people, you meet them in events and you think that they know as much as they should, you know, you assume that they know, but when you call them, pretty much garbage. You know, sorry to use that word, but some of them were very fantastic. So I thought of it, I said, whoever is supposed to be answering questions and as a multifamily expert is supposed to be an expert. That means you should have an all-round knowledge about multifamily investment. And since I have the vast knowledge about it, why don't I take it on? And based on those 2 reasons, I decided to do my 2025 multifamily expert myself. And I can tell you for a fact, it has grown. I've seen more attendees. People are enjoying it more and all that. The lesson I learned from that was that believe in yourself. If no one invites you to their table, create yours and invite the type of people you want to see on your table. And that's what exactly I've done. I've opened my door to anyone, to everyone that is interested in it. So this was a part of my 2025 experience, having to deal with people's perception about you, having to deal with doing the right thing without grudges, having to create opportunities for yourself, having to turn downtimes to opportunities, because that's what I keep doing, keep reinventing myself. And kudos to those of you, my team members, you know yourself. Thank you for the partnership. Thank you for the trust. Thank you, Lord, for helping me remove heavy burden, because if I didn't have you, the burden would have been too much. I had a good time, but it was very stressful having to manage my kids, the business, because the more the business grows, the tougher it becomes for me to manage with my kids. But there's something I tried to do. I did a video this year about how to navigate family and multifamily. I was trying to practice that. I tried. It's not easy most times to navigate both, but I tried my best, and I'm happy that my kids really see the effort I put in taking care of them and doing this and all that, and their support. You see them in my videos. Most of the times they are happy to support me in doing those videos, but some of the times I need to negotiate. I need to like bribe them to help me out, and they do it. So, but most of the times that's kind of support you need, you know. December, I had to go for an operation that I knew I was going to do 3 years ago. I was just pushing it, and I was really scared. I did it. I was scared, and I'm really grateful to God I'm able to see today. So now let's go to business. Let's dig into that. In the multifamily space, it was a disaster. disaster. And some of you that are newbies, you might not know this. This year, I saw so many people step aside in multifamily. Some people had to rethink what they were doing in the multifamily space. Many people went back to their W-2. Many people lost their properties. They got foreclosed. In short, it was a disaster. Businesses closed. In the multifamily space, we had issues of trends and fundamental. Many people before now bought the property because of the trend. They saw low interest rate, and some people felt that the low interest rate was going to keep going on. So we saw it play out. Some of them were able to get it rolling for a few years, but this year was like they were not going to go any further. The banks took it from them and they lost the property. Aside from that, we saw a high level of foreclosure. So you know, if you're not in the space, you will not know. I went for a loan stroke brokers event, and in that event, it was really a very moody event. People were cold. I heard people saying, I'm selling off, I'm going out of multifamily space. If you're a new person and you go there, you would have been discouraged, you know. But in that whole environment, there were one or two people that were pretty excited and they were happy that things were going on well with them. And for me, I felt that way. Truth be told, I felt pretty excited about my experience in the multifamily space. Like I said, I do not take more than 1 or 2 deals a year. I need time to make it stable. I need time to execute and all that. And I also understand that the macroeconomy, that is the exterior factors play a major role in the success of my business, in the multifamily space or in any business. And we don't have control over it, but we can mitigate the effect. Likewise, in the multifamily space, you face challenges, but this year was pretty much because while you were facing the front of eyes, you're facing another front with affordability issues, you're facing another front of tariff. Those appliances you used to buy for those properties now started doubling in terms of the amount or added significant amount. Your CapEx budget could no longer fit your repairs. We saw a lot of challenges. Properties that were fully occupied became almost emptied due to the fear of eyes and eyes picking some of the tenants up and all that. Some of you know the story. I've told you about how one of our property was 98%. In less than 2 weeks, it became 70%, just like that. For a property that has been stable, even before you bought it, it's been stable. I'm also an acquisition specialist. My underwriting is very, very conservative and all that. So that really helped in some areas to mitigate some of those risks. And a lot of newbies, I gave them the opportunity to come in and see what we are doing. Some of them came in, they saw it and they ran away because they felt that it was business as usual. But when they came and they saw that this is tougher than before, they just had to go. We had issues with raising money. In the deal I closed this year, we didn't completely raise the entire money, not because we didn't try, we tried, but a lot of people were on the fence. So it's difficult to get people to fund. And when you try to know why, you hear that some of them just lost money, properties were being foreclosed on and all that. So it was pretty difficult. We're facing those challenges, but I'm happy that I had a good team that we're all able to figure it out and we're moving forward with it and all that. If you've not seen my video on returns or payout, how it works in multifamily, I will advise you to go look at it and all that so that you understand what we call cash on cash. We're giving that out. We gave that out this year. I'm happy we're one of those ones that did. Many properties didn't because they couldn't afford to. They were not stable. The property was not operating well and all that. So I'm happy that we're one of those ones that did that. Also in the business, we have this different community, both on WhatsApp, both online, on Zoom calls and all that. I saw a lot of pushback because I like to spread exactly what I'm doing, put my posts, my flyers out there for people to come and join me in my webinars with sincere heart, you know, spread out my videos for them to watch. I don't get any money, nothing paid. Like this video I'm doing, nobody's paid me for it. It's free. This is 7:41. I could be doing something else. Some of you are relaxing at home, but I'm doing a video to talk about this and many more things to do. I've gotten good feedbacks that my videos are good, that some of them have been able to learn quality things from it, and I really appreciate those of you that have been watching it. But it's been a real struggle having to push it out. I don't know, for some reason, some people, they don't just like when I put out my posts for no reason. I've seen people leave groups, WhatsApp group, because I keep posting or keep sending out stuff, educational stuff and all that for no reason. If one even called me a Nigerian scammer, you know, and left the group, and the owner of the group reached out and said, Bibi, you have to stop. But I've not stopped. I keep going. I have nothing to gain. I don't get paid for the YouTube. I've not gotten to that level yet, but soon I will get there. It's from sincere heart. I really want people to learn and learn the right thing, because there's a lot of garbage out there. And most of the things I put out there, 99.9% are things I've experienced, I've done personally. So I don't just come and say, do it, and I'll not do it. No. If you're close to me or you've been on one of my deals, you know that I'm practicing what I preach. I'm not just saying it and then I'm not doing it. No, these are things that are based on experience and all that. But there's been a lot of pushback, and even up until last week, a very big platform that part of literally sent a message to me. I'm not going to mention name. I should stop posting my flyers and my links on their group, and they don't want me putting links that can direct people out of their community. And I'm like, I'm not stealing your members. Your members are the ones coming to me, you know. So for this new year 2026, we're going to figure out better ways to get our messaging out, but it's not been easy on that front. And I don't know if it's jealousy on some ends. I believe that's part of it, and I believe that some people don't just like me, and you don't have to, you know. And I believe some people are happy when they see, they reach out. For those of you that love me and happy to see my posts, thank you. And for those of you that do not love me or you don't like to see my posts, give me a chance, listen to it, you know, try once, listen to it, leave all bias, and I'm sure you love it. So finally, for the industry, this year really rewarded good operators. If you're not a good operator, this year definitely would have pushed you out. It rewarded consistency, communication, collaboration, integrity, and accountability. This year I did not have the opportunity to attend so many events. Not really an event person, but I was able to attend few events and I met some beautiful people. I really love to do that next year and all that. I really did a lot of site visits. I was literally hands-on. I did more of operations, site visit, boots on ground, acquisition, looking for properties, engaging brokers, investors. So I was really more of the back-end operations person. I did a lot of that this year, and I really enjoyed it. So now let's move to the economy and the political shift. This year reminded us that policies really matter, and that interest rates were not just numbers, they can really change behaviors. We saw cap rates expanding. For those of you that don't know anything about cap rate, go watch my short video about cap rate. But for the purpose of this video, we saw properties, when I say cap rate expanding, it meant that properties were losing value very fast. We saw that happening. Properties that had grown like, we saw that so many properties could not refinance because the cap rate, they couldn't just refinance. But the fact remains that affordability has become a major issue, not really tied down to any government and all that. It's just that we need to figure out how to make things work for the majority of the people in this country before things really go very bad. But we had high evictions. I forgot to mention that. We saw that a lot of families were being evicted. We got eyes raiding properties, and properties were becoming very, very vacant, and it was becoming very difficult to get people to fill up because they were scared that maybe eyes will come. What I've taken from this year, like I said from the beginning, this year has made me grow very well because of the battles I had to fight from different fronts. Some I've not mentioned and all that, but when I tell you different fronts, yes, different fronts. I forgot to mention this. I have a legal issue. I had a broker sue me for nothing. He felt that I'm a low-hanging fruit and all that. I will not say the story, but when other brokers heard about it, they were like, this is dumb, you don't do that. So, you know, when you just see me, you think I'm quiet, I'm a lady, I will not talk, I will not be able to do that. If you are not tough in this business, you will not survive. So I've learned to fight my battles when I need to, and some have assumed from afar that I will be a low-hanging fruit and they can try and take a swipe on me and succeed, and they mess around and find out. Some people are doing that and they're finding out real time that you don't mess around with this girl, so you don't find out. I saw that happening. But this year has really taught me to pick my battles. Not every battle is worth my time, you know. I've learned tangible experiences. I've made friends. I've been able to build good relationships with good people. And we necessarily don't have to be besties before we do business. So I also learned to move slow. Gone are those times when people are closing 5 deals and you're like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? Why am I closing when they're closing 5? No, that's no more a catch. The catch is people that are closing 1 deal. Those are people you should even be looking up to 1 or 2 deals. But people that are closing 5 deals, please run, because most of them don't even have the experience, the capacity, the ability, the integrity, the accountability to handle those properties. So that's not even a jive. I've learned to move slower and to move smarter. It's not who gets there first, it's the goal. What goal am I chasing? Is it the same thing as yours? If it's not the same thing as yours, why are we in a competition? Why should we be competing? You have your goal, I have mine. Mine might be 10 properties, yours might be 50, or yours might be 5. Why do we have to compete? So if you are like me that made it through this year, I'm sure you've become calmer, more grounded, more experienced, and I believe you're way ahead of where you think you are. If you're looking for ways to come into the multifamily space, next year my course will be out where you can pay a small amount. Definitely it's going to be a small amount. You're going to pay a little amount and get the real-time experience of how I do my multifamily deals. And I'm also going to be releasing my books as well. And for those of you that are looking to make your feet wet in the multifamily space, I have created about 300 and something videos in different aspects, both from acquisition, how to survey a market, property management, the red flags about property manager, when to start off with your property manager, operations, budget, KPIs, everything about multifamily, things around investment, other things about wealth, money behaviors, disciplines, and all that. If you're willing to learn that, let's connect.